So guys, I had meetings with several real estate brokers and they make a big confusion between ROI and IRR. Let me explain you very shortly. What is the difference between return on equity and internal rate of return? So look, we have this formula, ROI, and we also have IRR. So when you talk about return on investment, it's very simple, yeah? It's like you calculate how much money you make on 1 million per year. Let's say you make 10%, right? It's about how you calculate your cash flow every month. So from 1 million, if you make 10%, is like, let's say 100K, right? Now, imagine you have an asset, you hold it for 10 years, like year number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and infinity, 10 years. How do you calculate this cash inflow you get from this asset every year? So let's say you make 10% is 100K, 100K, 100K every year, okay? Now, how do you calculate the money which you got every year and they are still in the business? You then take them out and you also discount this for different expenses, inflation, cost of debt, and so on. How do you do this? Let me show you very simply. So the formula of internal rate of return is actually quite complicated. So internal rate of return formula. Now is NPV times number of periods, yeah, cash flow times divided by 1 plus IRR times. It's complicated, right? But I'll explain in simple words. You need to find the right discount rate of IRR, which brings your initial investment to zero, okay? So now, let's put it in some real numbers. Real numbers. Let's say NPV is 0, okay? Minus your investment you made, 1 million euro, okay? And then plus the cash flow you generate. Remember, the cash flow you generate every year, okay? Times divided, in this case, we'll put the exact amount. So cash flow is 100,000. Yeah, divided by discount rate. Let's say 15%, we guess, okay, for a year now. Then you calculate the second cash flow, the same discount rate, okay, for all 10 years. But in this case, you take into account also the money you get every year. So period number 1, year number 1, year number 2. Then you have year number 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So in this way, you calculate exactly how your money are working every year. And you also take into account the compound interest. So it actually, in this case, it's 1 million plus 100, it's 1, 1, then 1, 2, and compounding interest on every cash flow you get in the company. Or simply explained is how are your money, your cash flow performing over the time in 1, 2, 3, 4 years, not just overall return on investment. So if you'd like to understand more how you need to calculate different KPIs on real estate, how real estate is performing, then feel free to subscribe to our next webinar and I will deep dive in details on every KPI you want to know. Stay safe.